Well, today on the bench, we got this hunk of crap. This I spotted on Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. It was listed for parts, and there was no name on it. But I spotted this, and what I spotted in the ad, I'm going to see if I can take you over here, is I just caught a glimpse of these guys poking out back here. That is a quad of genuine GA6L6s. I got the whole thing for 50 bucks, and if these tubes have any life left in them, they're worth more than 50 bucks just by themselves. So what is this amp? It is a Gibson Apollo, which these things were problematic, and it's not worth saving. Let's see if I can flip it around here. It weighs about a ton. It is so friggin' heavy. I mean, I thought Fender Twins were heavy. This sucker is a tank. And the customer didn't know if it worked. And it's got an odd tube complement in here. I forget what they are. 112AX7, 112AT, and some odd stuff. And it's got an 082 rectifier in here. And look at the size of the iron in there. It supposedly is like 90 or 95 watts, and originally it was 212. Somebody changed this to 115. And it's got the foot switch in here. I have not powered this up. I never power up a tube amp that I don't know until I've inspected it. So today we're going to try and get Tankosaurus here out of the chassis, and you can see they did some wonderful botch job mounting in here. So we're going to try and get this thing out of here and on the bench, and then we'll take a look at it and see if it's even worth firing up. So hang on, let me try and get this thing out of the case. Okay, it wasn't too bad to get this thing out of the chassis, but it weighs a friggin' ton. And once I got it out of the chassis, I realized we have 3 GEs and 1 RCA 6L6. So that's kind of a bummer, but oh well. And then for tubes, we've got a 12AU, and this is a 12AU. This is a 6EU7. Yeah, 6EU7. There you go. 6EU7, which is odd. And then another 12AU. Yeah, 12AU, and another 6EU7 for tubes in here. I took a quick peek at the underside of this, and we're not going to power it up. It's in too rough a shape. We're just going to scrap it, pull the transformers out of it, and go from there. I can see that this transformer had some patchwork done on it. So I don't know what that transformer is for. That might be the reverb driver. I can see that this has got some patchwork done on it before. These amplifiers use an interstage transformer, and those were known to be problematic. So let's see if I can get this thing picked up. Hang on one second, I'll be right back. Okay, we've got her stood up here, and she's crusty inside here. Old caps in here. Look at this, it's just dangling in here. Somebody just flapping in the breeze in here. Crustomatics, old and crusty. Another old one. And these boards are just dirty and crusty, and you know, this is nothing great of an amplifier to begin with, so I have no qualms about stripping it down. I wanted it for the tubes, and the output transformer on here, if it's any good, should be about a 2K primary, which might be good to run a pair of like KT120s or KT150s. Might be able to, I'm hoping I'm wondering how good the output transformer is and if we could use it for a bass amp. Probably couldn't get 90 watts out of it, but maybe 50 or 60 we probably could get out of it before the iron gave up the ghost. Oh, look at that. That's a nice patch job there. That's not promising. Wire has been rubbing on the chassis here. Yep. It was well worth 50 bucks to get the iron and the tubes out of it, but I am not going to bother to attempt to power this up. It's just too crusty. If this was an old Fender or something, it'd be well worth repairing, but you know, these amps are nothing great to begin with. So, and I mean, the controls are just locked up. They don't even turn. Ugh. All of these are just locked up. Oh, that one's actually pretty good. But the rest of these are just locked up solid. They don't move, they don't turn, they are just corroded in place. They are just, yep. So, well, I don't feel bad about my $50 purchase. Let's get the output transformer out and see if we can find out if it's any good. All right, we got the chassis stripped down. I got the transformers out of it. This is the power transformer, and it's pretty beefy. It does not match the schematics, however. I get 750 center tap or 375 center tap. There is a 40 volt bias tap and 375. And according to the schematic, which is very hard to read, but they sure make it look like this is 440 volts AC and 440 volts AC, or maybe 460, I can't tell, but it's definitely, I get 375 out of it. So, it's also got a 6.3 volt center tap winding on there. That's a pretty beefy transformer. And we have our output transformer. Now this is supposed to be a 90 watt output transformer. Now I want you to compare this to an 85 watt high fidelity output transformer. Can you see the size difference of these things? I don't know in what universe this is a 90 watt transformer. I know guitar transformers are a little bit smaller than home audio transformers, but I mean, look at the size difference. I don't know how you would get even 50 watts out of this transformer. In fact, hold on a second. This is a 60 watt output transformer. Look at how tiny this thing is. I mean, there's no way this is 95 watts. I mean, if this is 60 watts, I mean, granted, it's a guitar transformer. It does not need the low frequency performance, but it's dinky. It's about the same size as this and half of the width, and not even close to this guy. There is no way that does 95 watts. I just don't buy it. We also got choke out of it. This is a decent beefy sized choke here. I don't know that I have any specs on it. I'll have to look at the data sheet, the schematic, and see if I can find out what this is. Otherwise, we might have to measure it. But transformers are out, and the rest of the unit has just been scrapped. I scrapped the chassis, scrapped the cabinet. Nothing more to save. I saved the tubes, saved the transformers. That's all I wanted from it. There's no point in trying to strip that chassis down and, you know, pull the knobs and controls and everything out of it. There's just no point. So I scrapped all that, and we saved the iron and go from there. Yeah, 90 watts. Not today.